Alternative energy sources. Alternative energy sources are essential for the economic and social development of any country. However, most of the energy consumed in the world is generated from non-renewable and polluting sources such as oil, coal and natural gas. In light of this scenario, it is increasingly important to seek clean and renewable alternative energy sources. Among the main alternative energy sources are solar, wind, hydropower, geothermal, biomass, renewable fossil fuels and nuclear. Each of these energy sources has its own advantages and disadvantages, and each country has its own availability of natural resources to use one or the other source. In this context, it is important to understand the characteristics and potential of each of these energy sources, as well as the challenges and opportunities. There are several alternative energy sources, including solar energy, wind energy, hydropower, geothermal energy, biomass energy, renewable fossil fuel energy, nuclear energy. Solar energy. Solar energy is a clean and renewable source of energy, generated from sunlight. It can be converted into electrical energy using solar panels, also known as solar cells. These solar panels convert sunlight into electrical energy through the photovoltaic effect, that is, light excites the electrons present in the semiconductor materials of the panels, generating electrical current. There are two main types of solar panels: photovoltaic, PV, solar panels and thermal solar panels. Photovoltaic solar panels convert sunlight directly into electrical energy, while thermal solar panels convert sunlight into heat, which is then used to heat water or other fluids. Solar energy has several advantages, including its universal availability, its ability to generate clean and renewable energy, and its ability to reduce dependence on fossil fuels. However, there are still challenges to production on a large scale, such as the need for large areas to install solar panels and the variability of solar energy production due to weather conditions. Wind energy. Wind energy is a clean and renewable source of energy generated from the movement of winds. It is converted into electrical energy through wind turbines, which are composed of blades that are moved by the wind, activating an electric generator. Wind turbines can be installed on land or at sea. Land-based wind turbines are generally built on terraces or hills exposed to winds, while offshore wind turbines are installed on platforms at sea. Wind energy has several advantages, including its ability to generate clean and renewable energy, its scalability, and its ability to reduce dependence on fossil fuels. However, there are still challenges to production on a large scale, such as the need for large areas to install wind turbines and the intermittency of wind energy production due to wind variations. In addition, wind turbines can cause environmental and visual impact, so it is important to carefully evaluate before installing a wind turbine. Hydropower. Hydropower is a clean and renewable source of energy generated from the force of water. It is converted into electrical energy through hydroelectric power plants, which use the force of water to turn turbines that in turn drive electric generators. There are different types of hydroelectric power plants, including dam hydroelectric power plants, run-of-river hydroelectric power plants, and tidal hydroelectric power plants. Dam hydroelectric power plants are built by constructing a dam on a river, storing water and releasing it through a turbine. Run-of-river hydroelectric power plants are built without a dam, taking advantage of the force of the water running freely. Tidal hydroelectric power plants are built in coastal areas, taking advantage of the difference in level between high tide and low tide. Hydropower has several advantages, including its ability to generate clean and renewable energy, its scalability, and its ability to reduce dependence on fossil fuels. However, there are still challenges to production on a large scale, such as the need for large areas to install hydroelectric power plants and the intermittency of hydropower production due to water flow variations. In addition, hydroelectric power plants can cause environmental impacts such as alteration of the hydrological regime and alteration of aquatic life, so it is important to carefully evaluate before building a hydroelectric power plant. Geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is a clean and renewable source of energy generated from the internal heat of the Earth. It is converted into electrical energy through geothermal power plants, which take advantage of the heat present in rocks and underground waters to generate steam, which drives a turbine and generates electrical energy. There are different types of geothermal power plants, including low-enthalpy geothermal power plants, medium-enthalpy geothermal power plants, and high-enthalpy geothermal power plants. Low-enthalpy geothermal power plants use underground waters at temperatures below 150 degrees Celsius. Medium-enthalpy geothermal power plants use underground waters at temperatures between 150 degrees Celsius and 300 degrees Celsius, and high-enthalpy geothermal power plants use steam at temperatures above 300 degrees Celsius. Geothermal energy has several advantages, including its ability to generate clean and renewable energy, its scalability, and its ability to reduce dependence on fossil fuels. Additionally, geothermal energy is considered a constant source of energy, as the underground heat is constant and stable. However, there are still challenges to production on a large scale, such as the need for large areas to install geothermal power plants and the complexity of the geothermal energy generation process. In addition, geothermal power plants can cause environmental impacts such as water quality alteration, so it is important to carefully evaluate before building a geothermal power plant. Biomass energy. Biomass energy is a clean and renewable energy source generated from organic matter such as wood, agricultural waste, and food waste. These materials are burned to generate steam, which drives a turbine and generates electricity. Biomass can also be converted into liquid biofuels, such as ethanol and biodiesel, or gas, such as methane, through anaerobic digestion or pyrolysis processes. Biomass energy has several advantages, including its ability to generate clean and renewable energy and its ability to reduce dependence on fossil fuels. Additionally, it can contribute to waste reduction as organic materials can be used as a source of energy. However, there are still challenges to large-scale production, such as the need for large areas to grow crops for biomass generation and the complexity of the biomass energy generation process. Additionally, burning biomass can cause greenhouse gas emissions and air pollution, so it is important to carefully evaluate the use of this energy source. Renewable fossil fuel energy. Renewable fossil fuel energy is generated from fossil fuel sources that are considered renewable. Biofuels are derived from biomass, such as ethanol and biodiesel, while renewable natural gas is derived from non-conventional sources such as biogas produced from organic waste and hydrate methane found in underwater deposits. Biofuels are produced from renewable raw materials, such as sugarcane, corn, soybeans, among others. They can be used in vehicles, electric generators, among other equipment. Renewable natural gas is generated from the decomposition of organic waste and hydrate methane, found in underwater deposits. It can be used as fuel to generate electricity and heating. Although these renewable fossil fuels are considered clean and renewable sources of energy, there are still challenges to scale production, such as the need for large areas to grow crops for biofuel production and the complexity of the process of generating renewable natural gas. In addition, biofuel production can compete with food production and cause deforestation, so it is important to carefully evaluate before using this source of energy. Nuclear energy. Nuclear energy is generated from the nuclear fission of atomic nuclei, a process in which a heavy nucleus is split into lighter nuclei, releasing large amounts of energy. The released energy is converted into electrical energy through nuclear power plants, which use the heat generated by fission to produce steam, which in turn powers a turbine and generates electricity. There are two main types of nuclear reactors: pressurized water reactors and light water reactors. Pressurized water reactors use water as both cooling and a moderator, while light water reactors use light water as a coolant and moderator. Additionally, there are other types of nuclear reactors such as breeder reactors, graphite-moderated reactors, among others. Nuclear energy has several advantages, including its ability to generate large amounts of clean and safe electricity and its ability to reduce dependence on fossil fuels. However, there are still challenges to large-scale production, such as the need for large areas to install nuclear power plants and the complexity of the nuclear energy generation process. Additionally, there is the risk of nuclear accidents and the issue of nuclear waste, which must be considered before using this source of energy.